reason why this podcast sucks and we have no fans is because Rick and damn Duper talk way too goddamn much.
All my bones were dislocated, I just keep on wandering along.
15 chicks just masturbated. Oh, take warning. Welcome. Here we are again.
Is that like a
You got
Muslim
you?
fantasy? It's like 99 virgins.
72 virgins. Jesus Christ. You got Greg.
I got 99 virgins and a pregnant one ate one of them.
Oh, shit. Josh, say hi.
Hi.
Okay, there we go. All right, let's start this show. Who are we not sponsored by?
Mumble rap, because Rick loves it.
First,
It's been the best non-sponsor ever.
I fucking hate mumble rap. Fucking shit. Duper, how was your week?
Dude, it was good. It was a good week. Of course, everybody had Thanksgiving, so I guess I can skip over going to Cardi B's house and the huge party I went to. But my favorite thing that happened this past week was a text message that I got from my friend. I keep hearing how you guys don't live in Palmdale. And yet, one of my friends on this podcast reached out to the mayor of Palmdale to inquire about the COVID restrictions. So I'm highly confused. If you don't live in Palmdale, why the fuck are you reaching out to their mayor? Do you not have a mayor in your own town?
Rick,
No, we don't have a mayor. We live in a small, unincorporated
we
town.
don't have a mayor?
No, we don't have a mayor.
Josh is like, I've been voting for myself every year.
I've only been here 12 years. I don't know.
I got the top hat and everything.
They have
Fucking monocle.
they have
No,
tribal
so
chiefs.
he posted to the Antelope Valley, which encompasses like four towns, four cities. But he posted something on there, and he was just like complaining about how the shutdown was going to happen and it was going to hurt restaurants. And all I said was, "Hey, man, no disrespect, but you're the mayor. You're an elected official of a city that actually my grandmother still lives in. I grew up out there. What's your actual?" Do you have like an actual response here? Or are you just going to tell us like, I don't like this either. I'm on your side. So that was what it came down to. But dude, I mean, you saw his response. That dude's kind of fucking badass. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I looked him up. He's pretty cool. He's a firefighter and stuff. He does some hazmat stuff. But yeah, I'd vote for him if I lived in Palmdale.
Yeah. So
seemed-
Steve Hoffbauer, right? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
his name.
he had a good response to your question. And to be fair, in your question, you did say, I'm not trying to troll you. I'm just looking for a response and answers. And it was kind of cool that he actually responded back to you. Because Palmdale is not a big city, but what is it? 300,000 people out there? It's a fairly good sized
300,000 people. He took the time, and he gave a very well worded, long response. It wasn't like, look me up, that kind of shit. I mean, he did mention like you should probably follow my page, but he also gave like, and yeah, I felt dumb, but he was like, here's what I really want to point out, and it was all really smart, like what he was asking for. So,
without a doubt, he put more effort into that Facebook message than Josh does to his weekly recap. How was your weekend, Josh?
I worked.
Yep. See, Greg, how you
Mayor
been, buddy?
Roseman.
I'm okay, dude. So I'm totally glad. I'm totally glad I used the extra ballots that were in the trunk of Rick's car to vote for that mayor. So I really think that it was a smart choice. Yeah. So
You know what's funny?
Work out.
So my wife and we went off-roading this weekend, and like when you go off-roading, things kind of juggle around inside the cabin a bit. And I open up the back door, and like all this mail falls out. It's like mail she meant to take to the shredding, but it was just all Trump ballots. I don't know, who would have guessed.
Well, it's too late now. It doesn't matter. The GSA started the transition. It's over.
It's over
It's
now.
over.
We can be happy about it.
No, so for me, dude, it was a good Thanksgiving. Just chilled at the house. But then I don't know, man. I've been like depressed over the past few weeks because I got like a lot of little health problems that just like hit me out of nowhere. So like I'm really like starting to look at my health seriously, and like every day I'm committed now to at least working out in some form or fashion, and that's on top of the keto that I'm doing, because it's nothing serious, but it sucks when you're about to hit 40 and you're like, fuck man, getting old sucks,
You have to take herpes seriously, Greg.
Oh dude, Valtrex isn't enough anymore.
I just have a question.
Like, the prescription
Wow.
And
how
then,
much of your daily workout is just masturbation and you call it?
Well,
I worked out.
Got my heart rate up a couple points.
There it is.
I try to yell too, because that burns a couple extra calories.
God damn it! Thank you.
Fuck it. Well, we got to talk to you off the podcast, because man, I'm surprised that we're hearing about this on the podcast. I hope everything's okay, buddy.
Well, I've tried to bring it up the past 3 weeks, and just say there hasn't been an opportunity to. And then
Is that because
but honest, yeah, well, yeah, whatever. But and then it also like I can't like confirm this to say, but I heard through a lot of people on social media that one of our former coworkers, who he retired a few years ago, actually died from COVID on Thanksgiving. So it's kind of just been like a what the fuck week. And then obviously we have our own friends right now that are going through their whole COVID scare. So it's been like a pretty hard couple weeks. But like I said, Thanksgiving was good, man. And I got a game plan to change this shit. So I'm hopeful for the future. But yeah, man. So sorry to bring down the podcast, but you know,
if you need anything, any one of the three of us will help you out with whatever you need. How you been, Rick?
We got your back. We're also going to talk a lot of shit, because that's how we support you and we love you. But
so, Josh, I'll call you later. All right.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Get your fat ass in the gym.
Yeah. Masturbation is not exercise.
I yell though, like I said. Oh!
That's so terrible. His
poor wife.
His wife's uncle lives with him. He's like, stop masturbating.
I know what you're doing. He's fucking jacking it right now, guys. I can hear him in there just screaming.
They're like, I just tell him that, it just randomly got Tourette's at the age of 40. So, So
oh, are you cursing? Okay. It's not just yelling. You're actually cursing while you're doing it.
Well, I'm trying to.
So good. Fuck.
Dude, that's like in a week, man. You're going to be 40.
I know, dude. Don't remind me.
Holy shit.
It's so scary.
Yeah. You're so old, dude.
I'm old. I'm bald. I keep growing chins. It's going down fast in this department,
dude.
That's why
you got to grow a beard, dude. They'll never see the chins underneath.
I'm seriously contemplating it, but I don't know, man. I can't make it look good like you. I just can't.
I've got like 8 under here that nobody knows about.
Yeah. So this love fest, is this what you use to jack off to when you're screaming?
He just listens to the podcast. That's both of our listens that we get every week too. So
all my thumbs are dislocated.
Rick, you said you have something interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get through the catch up. Had the best Thanksgiving ever, man. Honestly, it was one of the best. I really missed not having my family around in the big crowd.
Okay, but
you see how I practiced that?
I'm going to give your grandma the link to the podcast now.
This is the best Thanksgiving I ever had. I miss having my family around. That's it.
Yeah. There you go. No, so
we had Carl's Jr.
Great.
What's
Rachel
your
and I
grandma's
actually
email?
got to just we cooked together. We had a nice long day of just like eating and vegging out and enjoying it. Everything was exactly what we wanted. But
Right.
I did, as I get I get a lot of this question, and I actually go out there for feelers for feedback every week for our pod, and I like to hear what people think. I got some feedback on something, and I thought you guys should hear it. Happened last week. So
yeah, but Preston probably fucking likes that shit because he sucks Duper's dick. So.
Oh my god! Oh wow!
Duper could do no wrong with that guy.
We do not condone of anything Greg just
Can
said.
you just press?
Like we
I
just
just
went
press the button, Rick. We're done.
What? Oh, now I'm the bad
Press
guy.
the button, Rick.
I literally
You
just
guys
said
have been assholes all fucking show. I say one thing an hour and 17 minutes into it.
You
and
don't
I'm the
don't
bad guy.
chastise the audience.
It's it.
What is this?
Nobody
This is the
listens
audience.
this long
You chastise
anyway.
Arthur.
He does.
Dude,
Yeah, you know what?
By the time
Fuck you,
Preston
Arthur.
listens to this, it's going to be 8 months from
All
now.
right,
And I'm going to be
you,
like, I
Arthur.
said that?
we were having inclusivity hugs, and now
Oh,
we're
God
all
damn it,
on
Rick,
to
end it.
Greg.
I'm trying to get my fucking bit out. God damn. All right, so that's what happened last week, and
That's the ending.
I might have gotten a phone call, and I thought I'd play it for you, Greg.
Sweet. Let's do it. I can't wait.
Hi guys, it's Preston. Greg, you fat Jabba the Hutt lookalike, I heard what you said in the last podcast. Yes, I listened to the podcast until the end, and no, it did not take 8 months because I'm a loyal listener. In the intro, you claim that this podcast sucks because Duper and Rick talk too damn much. But maybe this podcast sucks because you insult the listeners. You need to stop worrying about what I'm doing and start worrying about what you need to do to keep listeners. What is this? Oh, it's the future cam. And what I see is Greg taking multiple listener dicks. Next time you come at me, maybe you should know who you're talking about. Rick, Duper, and Josh, keep up the good work. And Greg, fuck you, motherfucker.
Holy shit.
Wow, he's the famous from
Wait.
the day.
Wait. So we were trying to get him to do shit on week 1, and it took him till episode, what is this, 18 to fucking actually do something for the podcast. But
So
no,
our
dude,
listener Preston had some feedback.
well, I hope that this doesn't, get in the middle of your relationship with him, Duper. I hope that you guys can still, get on and but dude, so I totally did not expect that voice to come out of him. I expected like something like, "Fuck you, Greg, you motherfucking bitch, fuck you." And then that voice came out, and I was like, "Oh, is that? Oh, well, that's a little different."
Holy fuck, dude. So was to not continue to insult listeners. And he just goes full on at Preston.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, it sounds like jealousy a little bit, but I'm okay with that, man. Thank you for your support. Continue to like us and subscribe. And Duper, give him a call after this, man. Make sure he's okay.
Oh, dude, I never meet any listeners. I wouldn't want to disappoint them with being
One of the things I wanted to note is that he actually had more time. He spoke more on that message than Josh did all of last podcast.
It's true.
It was pretty interesting.
Hey, Preston, you can take over whenever you want, buddy.
All right. Well, next week we'll have Preston on.
Well,
So there you go.
So we'll see him in another 18 episodes. So we're good. We got time.
Greg's face was great though. I tried to keep that a secret the whole time. Like I've known Greg,
That's
but it was
good.
great.
That's good.
It was good. It was good.
I like it.
So let's talk some shit. Here's my question to you. And this is what I noticed when I was watching football on Thanksgiving and Sunday, and you're watching. That's the only time I really watch live TV. But why the fuck every Christmas season, the first commercial you see and then you get flooded with are fucking car commercials that are super absurdly unrealistic. Like unrealistic.
You've
Like,
never bought your wife a
fucking-
BMW before and put a
No,
bow
I've
on it?
I've never gone out to see two matching $60,000 Chevy trucks in my fucking fancy driveway.
they
in front of
running
my
that commercial
architect
again?
house. Yeah, they're
did
running
that
it
shit
again.
last year. How fucking lazy is that fuck?
Yeah, they do it every year. It's the same shit.
Dude,
and then the
it's just-
Audi season of savings or some shit, and it's like you're not saving. It's an $80,000 fucking Audi.
And then also, don't forget about the Mercedes Benz one with like
Santa.
yeah, Santa and the reindeer.
It's so annoying.
Same one again last year too with the Mercedes.
Yeah.
Benz.
Can
They
we,
do it every
can
year,
we
dude.
do one based around Rick's $2,000 cars?
Oh my
That shit would be amazing.
All right, Jack, I know you're listening. We need a video done of Rick.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know. That's a realistic car commercial, Josh. That's what we need to see. These people are struggling. They're not going out there and buying $100,000 fucking matching cars and
So
shit.
hey, Josh,
Yeah, dude.
on Christmas Day before like Rick and Rachel wake up to open their presents, I need you to go put like a big ass red bow on one of his cars and be like, "Congratulations!" Woo!"
I'll put it on the truck that hasn't ran in like 6 months.
There you go.
I know. I need a starter.
You could
Good
put
idea.
you could actually put the bow on the starter, put that on the hood of the truck, and that's a great gift for him.
Get to work, bitch.
Or you just and then like on the inside, like get like an AutoZone gift card and just put it in there.
For like $5.
Yeah.
But here, like realistically, like, do you know anybody that ever saw those commercials and was like, okay, now I've got to go buy a fucking Audi?
I'm pretty sure that everybody that does that would not talk to us. They would not associate with us. They would make way too much money to even look in our
Exactly.
general direction.
So do you think they're actually watching all that football like we are?
Yeah.
Are they targeting the right demographic when they do this?
It could be targeting football players that are hurt, sports stars that are hurt that have the money.
Yeah, but they got the money. They already know what they're going to go buy. They don't need a commercial.
They don't.
with
What
them.
if a new Mercedes comes out they've never seen? They're like, holy shit, I want to go buy that right now.
It's the same Mercedes that they've had in that Christmas commercial for fucking 46 years. James Bond was in that shit one year.
Was he?
And Sean Connery.
I got Josh is into it. Like, all right,
Really? Interesting.
tell me more.
We got to get the video up one day.
Jeez. I don't know. I just wanted to lead off the show saying those commercials fucking suck and they're so annoying that they happen every
Dude, you know what else sucks? So I was watching TV, like obviously this week, and it's obviously like the beginning of when, the first shows have come out since, COVID. So like, for example, I was watching SVU, right? And everybody was wearing masks, right? Until it was time for them to talk. And then they would just rip off their mask and like talk, blah, 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 blah. And then they would put their mask back on, but not like follow social distancing or nothing. So I'm like, so then I started watching other shows just sporadically on TV, and I started noticing that. I'm like, how come some people are wearing masks, others aren't? And then every single time they need to try to get like emotion, then they like rip the mask off and get like closer in some people's faces. So I'm kind of like, it bugged the shit out of me because, especially nowadays, the threat of COVID is more real than ever. And, you already have a divide in the world over mask and, how to wear it and people not wearing it properly. And at the flip side of it, people who, think that it's magically a force field and it will be a cure-all, which it won't. But anyway, so I just want to know if you guys noticed that on like TV shows, or am I just the only one who's been seeing that?
I've not noticed it, but I have a theory why they are taking off the mask. Because they know that good-looking people, they don't work as hard as ugly-looking people. Yeah, good-looking people deal with that shit. But they know if they keep the mask on, the movie studios would now be able to hire ugly-looking people because their face is hidden, and they would work harder for probably less money.
It's time for me.
I think
You're
that's why.
telling me that we have a chance?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's time for me to be a star.
Absolutely.
Or is there an alternate theory where like, they only do it sporadically because, all the makeup that would be coming off their faces, before they go on camera, they would look, totally different.
Well, it's Hollywood being stupid, I'll tell you that.
Well,
Like,
absolutely.
they're not setting a proper example, right? But that's also, I mean, this is the same Hollywood that never runs out of bullets in a 10-round magazine, stuff like that. So they're fucking stupid. Don't believe what you see on TV.
I don't know if you
Just
need
the
that
internet.
in TV though, because one thing that's going to do is it's going to horribly date the time. So
Yeah.
when you watch like a show like Dexter back in the day, and they pull out their flip phone, you're like, "This is silly."
Oh, hold on. I'm actually jealous of that shit. I want my flip phone back. Just throwing that out there.
Well,
Keep going.
you can still buy one. Everybody says that, but then nobody does it. So I wish I could actually have just my smartphone, but without the phone features. Just, I guess you can do that too. That's called a tablet. Fuck, dude.
Might as
Fuck
well.
you, Apple. You figured out everything.
Well, to go off like what you were first saying is that I kind of agree with you, right? So like we watch TV and other things to kind of, entertain us, get our mind off things and whatever. And when you got people who are just half-assing masks, like I'm not focusing on what the entertainment is. I'm focusing on how horrible they are putting on and taking off their mask. Like I'm of the mind where either fucking wear it or don't fucking wear it. I'd prefer them not to wear it, like you said, because it obviously shows the times, right? Which is, not good right now. But
Well,
yeah, it's just
also-
something I noticed.
When you watch TV or you watch a movie or anything like that, you're watching to escape, right? You need some kind of fantasy to this. So maybe you don't want to be reminded that you're in the middle of a fucking pandemic when you're trying to watch one of those Chicago shows or something. I don't know. Like I don't know. To me, that would be I don't want to watch that shit.
I'd prefer a ticker at the bottom that constantly reminded me about how many people have died of COVID.
It just
throughout
says
the
COVID
entire
at the
show.
bottom the whole time.
COVID.
Don't forget COVID. Don't forget COVID.
Duper's like, ooh, there's another one. There's another one.
That's a terrible joke. That's terrible.
Jesus.
Greg, you're a bad human being today, just so you know.
You're going to get some more feedback. That's what I
Oh,
hear
dude,
out
I'm
of
looking
this.
forward to it, man.
I always assumed I would be the most hated person on this podcast, but I'm so proud of you for taking that mantle.
Well, internally
you know
you
what's-
are, but externally, I guess I'm taking some of that.
Looping
Besides
back
Rick.
around to Preston, you know what he said? It was funny. He's like, honestly, I kind of lean with Duper on most of your opinions. Like I do agree with Duper. This is what he was saying yesterday or the day before. He's like, except when it comes to sports. He's like, I don't know if he actually watches sports. I was like, no, he doesn't.
I used to.
That was it. It was great.
I don't know what you wait until Tampa Bay or the Pittsburgh wins the Super Bowl, and then we'll talk.
The Pittsburgh.
The Pittsburgh.
The Pittsburgh.
The Pittsburgh. Dupe, tell us something new.
Now the McRib's coming back for the first time nationwide since 2012.
Has it
Rick.
really been that long?
Well,
I feel like I see
do
it at
little-
my
Yeah.
McDonald's, like the local McDonald's always has a sign up like, hey, the McRib's back. So has it really ever gone away?
It's been regional before. It's not been nationwide, and apparently it's full time in Germany. So they've done it regionally. This is the first time since 2012 that it's gone national. I don't understand how they can't make this shitty sandwich year round all the time. But
Yeah.
Rick, Greg, you guys were super excited about this.
Am I?
I love me some McRib, as a fellow fatty of this podcast. Absolutely, dude. I mean, I don't know what's in the meat itself. And I prefer my McRib without onions and pickles. That's just my preference. But dude, I love the McRib. I'll tear that
I
shit
feel
up.
like the sauce changed or something. It doesn't. The last time I had one, which was years ago, I was like, man, this doesn't taste as good as it used to. Like when you were a kid, that shit was amazing. You were like, this is real barbecue. And then you find out what real barbecue is as you grow up, and you're like,
It's all the sugar in it that got you addicted as a kid. They used to have this in elementary school, these little stupid ribs that didn't have any
Yeah.
bones in them. And
Yeah.
like that tasted the same to me as the McRib. I don't understand the excitement around it. Josh, do you eat this thing?
I think I've had one in my entire life, dude. They're not good.
Is it still in your beard?
Probably, because that shit doesn't go away. But
I
I
mean-
mean, I don't see what everybody fucking goes crazy about with this sandwich, dude. It's not good.
I don't think it's good either. It reminds me slightly of grade school, which is nice. Those were happy times, right? But
yeah, but you can get that school lunch at an AM PM.
you
They
know
make
what?
the same shit.
Do you guys remember the rectangular pizza that you would
Oh,
get from
that shit
grade
was
school? Like,
amazing.
Oh yeah.
they would put it out on like that 6 foot by 4 foot
Yeah.
tray. It would come out of these ovens. I have no idea where you find an oven that big. And then they would pull it out, and it was like the most government cheese, the
It was
worst
amazing.
chef already like sauce.
weird sauce.
I've been trying to find that, dude. You cannot find that online. I would
Well, wait.
buy one of those slices.
Where
of pizza
can
today.
where can you find a 6 foot by 4 foot tray?
You can get those.
Those are
Well,
amazing.
it
6
wasn't a-
feet
it wasn't a
by
6
4
foot. It was
feet?
like a
No,
four-
he
it was a
what
4 foot
Duper
tray.
said. Duper
Yeah.
said they come out and they're 6
Oh,
feet by
fucking
4
It was
feet.
like a 4x2
I was like,
tray.
damn,
But,
that's-
yeah.
I was like fucking 8 years old, dude. My perception of size was a little bit different at the time. Okay,
Yeah, but
It
you
still is
see it
now,
right
according to
now.
your wife.
Oh man, well, this
Yeah, you're welcome.
conversation was south.
Yeah, they killed that.
It did.
But no, I was looking for this and I cannot find that pizza. It's hard to find that low level of quality. So
Come on,
Kinda
Chef
sucks.
Rick, recreate it.
I'm gonna figure out how to
Dude,
make the school lunches.
that's what I need you to do. I need you to figure out how to make that cardboard taste of the crust, and
It's gonna
then
be so hard.
dude, and Josh, you're gonna have to quit your job so you can get that government cheese.
Yeah.
Done.
Got it.
Cool. I'll buy the Chef Boyardee. So a random monolith was discovered in Utah, and then it just disappeared. Who put it there and why?
So here's the crazy part, right? It disappeared and it reappeared in Romania.
Shut
Now,
up.
no joke. A day after it disappeared.
No, it's
Oh, it's in Romania now.
okay.
a
I think
long
it's the
ass-
Illuminati.
That's a long ass way to go with an item so big overnight.
That's what she said.
Oh,
Not to me.
wah, wah.
No, I mean, our Duper's looking it up, but I'm not even kidding. It showed up. It vanished without a trace in the Utah desert overnight because they were keeping tabs on it, right? And
So
then
you're
out of
saying-
nowhere, it shows up in Piatra.
They're saying a second one has shown up in Romania, but I mean, it could be the first one. I don't.
I was gonna
Aliens?
say because there could be more than
Well, it showed up
one
on the.
group of people doing
Aliens.
this, right?
It showed up on the 26th in Romania. You guys can carry on with the conversation while I look this up. It doesn't need to be radio
Don't let
silence.
You do the research.
No,
No,
relying on you, Duper. It's your show.
So here's my question, right? Like, did the Romanian one pop up after the Utah one disappeared?
That's what I'm looking.
Yeah,
or
so
were
it
they up at the
It did.
same time?
No,
You
it
know.
was the Romania one just popped up, like literally just popped up today. The
It popped
the
up on
other
the
monolith
26th.
disappeared.
And
They
then
didn't
this
do the
one
26th.
disappeared over the weekend. So to the two stories I just read, they would have been simultaneously up at the same time on the 26th and the 27th, possibly. The 28th.
Boom.
No. The monolith in Utah showed up on November 27th. I'm looking at an article right now.
No. I have an article.
We're so invested.
So the
in
monolith showed up on the
piece of
26th
art.
in Romania.
Aliens.
You know, we're gonna argue this, but I'm just telling you right now, it's fucking aliens.
You really think so?
They're mapping the Earth.
With monoliths that they then take back.
They're contact tracing.
Their contact tracing. Okay.
Yes.
Josh, what are they? What's going on with these things, man?
Aliens, bro.
All right, that's cool.
Yep. Well, see you later.
Great.
50% of this podcast. 50% of this podcast believes it's aliens.
So once again, I keep referring to Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but they had Monolith stuff on their show, and
Great documentary to go off of.
that's how Inhumans were created. So
Let me
it
reference you
could
to a
be-
show that nobody ever watched.
Hey, I watched it, fuckers, and if you guys would have watched it, you know what the hell I'm talking about right now.
That's true.
So sucks to be you. I bet you Preston watched it. Probably not. Probably not. I'm sorry.
Huh. The one in Romania looks like it may have been placed in other areas before it found its final resting spot. So I wonder
if
if
it
these ones are
bounced?
going to disappear too.
Did they ever
I don't
say
know,
what it
maybe-
was made out of? Did anybody, you know?
I felt like that was an important part because the one in Utah was, I don't know, a couple miles, maybe a mile and a half off of the main path over there. So if it was light and you could just carry it out, okay, no fucking big deal, right? But if this thing's like solid steel, then that's a big fucking deal because you got to carry that thing across that trail.
Yeah.
So I wish they would have had more information on it when I first heard about this. And hey, this thing's heavy. That would have been cool to know. Is it polished? Does it have rain spots on it? I don't. Aliens out there spit shining it on the weekends?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's in some of them. So the Monolith was in Utah, and then it disappeared from Utah, and then Rick got a new phone. Coincidence?
Dun dun
I
dun.
think not.
That doesn't
Same.
make any sense.
I don't know how any of that connects, but
Think about it. It's
Sounds
deep.
good.
Hey, did you guys hear about the contact tracing that they want to do with the Bluetooth?
I kind of like they were doing over in Korea. Is it like an app
yeah.
thing or what?
Yeah, but so the one they were doing in Korea was GPS, and it was actually synced to your SIM card. What they want to do, and to protect our privacy, they want to use the Bluetooth on your phone. So if you test positive and you have the app, you have to volunteer and opt in and download the app. So basically, if you have the app, you can just say, yes, I tested positive. It's anonymous. It doesn't tell you anything. It just knows that the Bluetooth says that I've been positive. And what it does is it notifies anybody that spends any more than, right now they're looking at 15 minutes of exposure time within 6 feet. But they are talking about, how they actually want to do it. They're still testing it in several states. But basically, you just get a Bluetooth notification saying, hey, man, you've been exposed. It doesn't tell you who you were exposed by. But in the last, 2 or 3 days, you were exposed to somebody with that tested positive. You should probably go home and quarantine and potentially get yourself tested when you feel symptoms. It's kind of smart. What they did with the states that they have been kind of slowly releasing it out, because they're using like small states, New Hampshire and shit like that. They wanted to see if there was even people that would be willing to do it, were concerned with privacy and all that. I can't remember which state it was, but as soon as they activated it out and said, hey, we've got this beta, you want to try it, they got over 1 million apps downloaded. So like people are really on board with having something that can tell you without actually, collecting any data, because it does not collect any data. And that was the big thing here. I know Boston's rolling it out. So Massachusetts, man, I can't even say that fucking shitty state anyways, but they're rolling it out soon anyway.
I'm against it. Boston's in on it. Fuck it.
I call bullshit. How do they not collect data and at the same time tell you who's around you and who's been exposed to COVID?
Bluetooth.
Now I
No,
see why
it's-
Rick got a new phone.
Yeah,
Bluetooth it's the gateway to get into your phone, and everybody's lives are in their phones. You know,
Greg is 100% right. Like the aliens dropping those monoliths is more believable than this not being being secure. It just is.
Oh my god!
not only that, but what?
I just
But what if it inaccurately says that, you know, this person had COVID and they really didn't, and then
this is why they're testing it.
They're fucking this whole thing up. What they need to do is on your phone, they need to have like a map, right? So like video games, you have those maps and they have the little red dots where the bad guys are. Put that where you have positive coronavirus people. Avoid the red dots on the map on your phone. Good to
but
go.
you can't now you're identifying people under HIPAA law. You can't do that kind of stuff. So all it is it's just a widespread
If people are volunteering to download this app and use it anyway, then let them volunteer and reveal that information. The people that don't want to reveal it, they won't.
All they're doing is self-reporting, and they know that you're not gonna get a text saying, "Hey, you were hanging out with Jimmy over here last Sunday, and we just want to let you know that Jimmy's got fucking COVID." Like, you don't need to go that far. You just have to be like, "Hey, man, you were around somebody on this date, and you've been exposed. You're in the window. Take care of yourself."
But
so
how
have the whole fucking country under constant 7-day quarantines? You'll never be able to get outside of that.
And then how accurate is it? I mean, is it like a 24-hour delay? Is it a 48-hour delay? Is it a 72-hour delay? Because here's my worry, right? You fucking walking around, your fucking Main Street, having your phone out like you're playing fucking Pokemon Go, and it's like bloop 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 bloop. Oh yeah, COVID, fuck you. And then
I actually just started looking more of it up so I could give you some more information. The way the system's built, so that you guys have it.
It's like, you guys will like this by the end of this.
So
I think Rick invested in this company.
The system assigns a random ID number for each phone user. It keeps a running log of other nearby phones over the last 14 days. They cannot be used to identify the users or their location because the ID numbers change every 10 to 20 minutes. So it's only going to keep a log, and then you'll be notified that your RFID on your phone had a specific random number, right? At the same time that you were in conjunction with somebody that self-reported as having COVID, and we're going to let you know. And they'll be checking that over a period of 14 days. Now, who knows if they're going to be able to do it soon enough? Because, I mean, honestly, I don't want to know 2 weeks later after I fucking found out I had COVID anyway. I want to know within a day or so, right? You need to know. So it's interesting how they're going to do this. How do they deploy it? How accurate it is. These are the questions that they're trying to answer right now.
What about the false positives though too? Because that's the thing that I'm trying to get at. It could say that somebody had it and they actually didn't.
Right, especially if they're self-reporting. Somebody could just be like, you could have like a total hypochondriac. It's like, I got a sniffle, I got COVID, and then they report that.
That sounds familiar.
Fuck you. I got told.
I'm sorry.
The doctors were fucking worried. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you all. It was a real scare.
No, we were all very worried about you.
You want to know that I shit my brains out from the fucking antibiotics. It was insane. It cleaned me out.
Tuesday? I mean,
no, different. Like I was coming home on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, and it was just like, oh, there it is. Like, it was bad. So I had a little something, but I didn't have that, luckily.
Did you install the bidet?
I have not installed the bidet. I know. I had to put up Christmas lights this week. That was the.
I bet you Preston will help you install a bidet.
God, Greg really hates this dude, man.
I don't. It's just so easy. I'm sorry.
Did you guys ever see that movie Jay and Silent Bob, where at the end of it they fly around the country and they go attack the people that were talking shit about him?
Yeah.
Do not ever show Greg where Preston lives, because I could see him knocking on his door one day.
Are you Jay and Silent Bob? Fuck off 26421. Yeah.
Jesus.
So zombies, huh?
That's how you get more fans on the show. I'll tell you that.
Let's talk zombies.
So dead minks infected with a mutated form of COVID-19 are rising from the grave. Is that freaking anybody else out, or just
can this show up on the app, Rick?
The little minks.
Fuck yeah! I want to know about those motherfuckers. Actually, you know what I want? I want like a Pokemon Go app where it's just like nothing but like COVID like type style Pokemon. But then maybe you could even add in like other things like herpes, syphilis, HIV. So then like everybody to avoid.
You could catch all of those at Greg's house, by the way. Remember with the Pokemon?
I can't even get the app to load. It just consistently crashes.
An overload of just like constant viruses in your phone. STDs. Oh, it's terrible.
Nah.
So they were just floating up, right? They were bloating and floating up to the surface.
They had a
because they did shallow grave.
What happened is they had a huge outbreak of it. And apparently the country that this was happening in, they supply like 40% of the world's mink fur for fur coats. But because of the huge outbreak, they were killing them in mass numbers, and they were burying them 3 feet in the ground as opposed to 6 feet. And then the gases inside of them would have them float up above the ground.
So
That's
it
at
has
least what
absolutely
the
nothing to
fuckers-
do with COVID. It's
That's
just
what they're saying.
death.
Because they were lazy.
It's
They didn't
Here's,
want to
really-
bury
here's
them.
a fun
6
fact.
feet.
It takes 50 to 60 minks, like their whole body, to make one coat.
Or
Yeah,
one
I-
Josh
one per
Beard.
coat.
Are fur coats still legal?
Are people
I mean,
still wear 'em?
probably in other countries, but dude, in other fucking countries, people eat horse. There's shit that happens everywhere. It's just we don't know about it.
Well, I don't think eating a horse is so bad. You've had plenty of horse cock in your day.
No, that was just down there. It was a donkey, and it was Mexico, so totally different.
So Ghislaine Maxwell, her jailers wake her up every 15 minutes to make sure that she's still breathing. Josh,
Did you
what
say
do
her
think,
name
buddy?
right? Did you say her name right?
Ghislaine?
Is it Ghislaine or is it
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine?
Gillette?
I don't know. I've heard
Ghislaine?
multiple. Who the fuck cares?
Who is that?
Josh, what do you think?
Who is it?
Do you remember Epstein?
Yeah.
The 2 minute delay. Holy shit!
Talking to the
You gotta get
goddamn
that-
mic.
The little mink. They're not running on the circle that fast on that little brain thing for him. So Epstein, this is like his right hand woman. Like this is the one that was getting all the women to come in and do these different favors for all these gentlemen that were going
She
to
was
pedophile
coordinating it.
island.
Yeah.
So she was the right hand man. Do you
Or
know
woman.
of this person now?
Sure.
No. So Epstein was murdered, he committed suicide in his prison cell. So there's a huge worry that she's going to commit suicide also in her jail cell. So the jailers are walking by every 15 minutes to make sure she's still okay. What do you think of this, Greg?
Dude, so I like how Josh, for the past like year and a half, has done nothing but post Epstein didn't kill himself memes, but he has no idea who this Maxwell chick is.
Damn right.
Dude, we've talked about Epstein and Ghislaine on this podcast.
I don't pay attention to the podcast.
There he goes playing that Pokemon COVID Go. you
No,
know?
That's Rick.
Oh, man. Rick, would you be able to survive on this 15-minute wake-up schedule that they got going on?
Fuck no, dude. I mean, I don't sleep that great anyways, but fuck no, dude. Every 15 minutes, that's fucking crazy. Couldn't they
Good.
just like put a mirror next to her or something, or have her sleep on a mirror, or
A
do
mirror sounds
something?
like a horrible idea to put next to somebody who might kill themselves.
You can make an unbreakable mirror. You use it at like the steel, like the prison mirrors, where they just polish a piece of metal and drill it to the wall or
Wait,
something.
what? Like, because
Strongest stapler on.
Rick, I want you to rewind yourself 10 seconds and think about what the fuck you just said.
He's too busy playing
Like
the
a,
COVID
like a
game.
fucking, like a fucking prison,
a prison thing place.
prison mirror.
Duper, what do you think?
Prison mirror.
Dude, I think she deserves every bit of this shit. I think that this is a great form of torture for that sick, demented mind. To put all these children in for how big of a scandal that this could be when it comes out as to who was attached to going to Pedophile Island, this is worth every bit of those 15 minutes of waking her up. It really is. She should never have one good night's sleep in her life.
That's fair to her. Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't survive it, but she deserves way worse. But this is a good start.
It is a good start. Fuck that bitch.
Twat. Fucking twat.
Well, I mean, Josh, I'll send you a documentary so then you can watch it.
I'm
about
not
it.
going to watch it.
No.
I probably won't read that text either.
It has to be like in a cartoon fashion, though, so he actually understands it.
I'm trying to learn how to communicate with Josh about world events, and I guess it would have to be through like a meme, right?
Yeah.
So if I send you a meme around her, you might read that,
I'll be waiting
or
on
do
that.
you,
Well,
or do you just
I'll see it. I'll see a group text message come up. So you got to give me like 4 days before I read them.
Okay.
So
And then so if I post it on Facebook with a meme, what's the maximum number of words I can have on top of the picture on there before you tune out?
3.8.
3.8 words.
Yeah.
So that's
Jesus
tough,
Christ.
man. That's like her name. That's like her name, and it's over.
Come on,
That
define me.
includes exclamation points, periods, commas, apostrophes.
See, Greg knows how to talk to
you
me.
know, see, yeah.
So there was a train
he
wreck this
does.
weekend. There was a fun train wreck this weekend for charity. It was interesting. You know what's funny is that we're about to talk about the Tyson fight, but there was also a huge match like 2 days before or the day before in Arizona with fucking Charles Barkley winning against Steph Curry and Peyton Manning in a golf tournament.
I thought this was going to be
The
interesting
match.
I
for
know.
a second.
I thought
That
this
shit
was
was
going to be
amazing.
a meaningful story.
Yeah, that's a meaningful
he-
story.
he
Charles
started
Barkley
with
cannot
Charles
golf.
Barkley beat Stephen Curry. I was like, holy shit, dude, this is gonna be epic in golf. I'm like, oh wow, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wow, that's pretty exciting. Tom Brady and Peyton Manning played themselves in paper, rock, scissors. It was exciting.
So were they on? Were
it's
they-
not the same?
Were they on like the 3-hole miniature golf course or the 9-hole?
It was actually a professional.
Were they
course.
using like the red ball and the green ball?
No.
You know,
No,
I want the
nobody likes
details
either
on
of
this.
those colors. Okay, so it was a pretty intense match. They were heavily underdogged, right? It was Phil Mickelson and Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley is horrible. Oh, I'm sorry, Josh. You fucking golf. Shut up. So here we go. We have this.
I've golfed
Ooh,
5
Rick's
times in my
offended.
life.
I like this.
He's gotten lessons. That's intensity. So, anyways, here we are. You get this match, and then Steph Curry and Peyton Manning are like, okay, we're just gonna come out and fuck you up. And then it turns out, like right away, that doesn't happen. Charles Barkley is fucking funny. So, bottom line, you assholes, Tyson and
Roy Jones Jr.
I'm just asking. I'm waiting. So, okay. Anyways, Tyson and Roy Jones, they had their big hyped up match. 54 years old and 52 years old. Went the distance. It was 8 2-minute rounds. Tyson looked pretty quick, I would say. Jones didn't look terrible. He was just fighting smart, but he was definitely winded. Tyson, at 54 years old, is still one scary motherfucker. Just want to throw that out. After he lost 100 pounds like that, my favorite part is that he talked about how he smoked weed just before the match and he smoked weed immediately after the whole match. And he was just happy about it. Like, this is the best time of my life.
You know, he
I don't know.
grows it like 20 minutes from our house.
No, they haven't started. They haven't even broken ground yet.
Oh, I thought
But
it was
yeah,
already up and
He
down.
bought a ranch. No, I don't think it did. I'm waiting to see it.
So if I were to go back to play like Mike Tyson's Punch Out, is there like a different cheat code I can use to get like the 54-year-old Mike Tyson? And maybe easier to beat the game that way.
No, dude, because he was still doing that same fucking like right left hook shit that he does to the body and then up with the uppercut. He did
Dude,
that
like
shit.
those uppercuts will fuck you up, man. Like he blinks and then he does it, and then yeah, man, 1-hit knockout. But I'm hoping like with the 54-year-old Mike Tyson, it would at least take like 5 hits before you get knocked out, not just one.
At one point, I swore he killed Roy Jones Jr. just from the body shots. Like he was
You
just
guys would think
destroying
it
his
wasn't a
body.
draw. It was a draw on the fight, so
It wasn't a draw.
it was
It was
a draw.
it was a draw based on celebrity judges telling you what they thought.
No,
It
it was a
wasn't-
draw based on a predetermined event. This whole thing was a clown show. I watched the first few minutes on it and I couldn't continue to watch it. As soon as I heard that they weren't going for any knockouts or anything like that before the fight actually started, which thank God that they divulged that information before I paid the money to watch that fight. Because then it was on YouTube 15 minutes after the fight was over.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I pirated the shit out of that.
Yeah, it was on YouTube. YouTube. You didn't even have to fucking get a Cody box or nothing. It was just right there on YouTube for free. Thank God I didn't spend $60 or $70 on it. But when they said that they weren't really going for knockouts, they weren't really going for a real boxing fight, I was already checked out. The only reason why you ever watch Mike Tyson fight was for the knockout. That was it. You can go watch Floyd Mayweather for technical fighting, right? You go watch Manny Pacquiao for punches. Mike Tyson, you tune in to watch a knockout.
Well, so that was Roy Jones Jr. too, though. So like Roy Jones Jr., because he's fighting Tyson, of course he's not going to be as popular, but I mean, you look at RJJ and what he did over his
Yeah,
career.
no.
He was the same way. And there's a reason why he's pound for pound
The greatest,
boxer of all
for a
time.
long time.
Like,
For a long time.
yeah, that he is scary. So like, it was interesting to see that he's kind of fallen off. He only had a couple of his, because remember Jones had that flurry of punches, like his jabs are what kind of set him up, because he would just come in and knock like 12 jabs to the face before he'd get you in the body and then come back up and just knock your ass out. He only got that out like one time in the whole match. It was weird because I was waiting for that the whole time, but he was just tired. Like after the first round, he was just
How
winded.
fucked up do you think it would have been if they would have had like Frazier versus Muhammad Ali like 10 years ago, part 4? Like that would have been pretty fucked up, I think.
Wait, 10 years ago when Muhammad Ali has fucking Parkinson's?
Yeah, it would have been terrible.
You're an
I mean,
It would have just not been a good fight.
you're gonna put a guy with Parkinson's in the ring.
So Jake Paul and Nate
Jesus
Robinson,
Christ.
they were part of that fight card before. So Nate Robinson, the basketball player, Jake Paul is just some YouTube dude. I guess he's a tweeter, a twitcher. Nate Robinson got knocked the fuck out. Did you guys see this?
Yeah.
No.
People were talking all kinds of shit on Nate Robinson because he got knocked out by some white dude that plays video games on the internet. So
Yeah.
and Nate Robinson was a basketball player.
Dude, we should ask our social media coordinator what he thinks about it. Maybe we'll get a
Actually,
response.
I had to ask my 12-year-old daughter who the fuck this guy is.
Jake Paul.
He's actually he's an actor. His little brother is the guy that tweets or twitches or something. They both do the Twitch stuff, but I guess he's like a Disney Channel actor at some point or something like that.
I don't think
So
I think your daughter's lying
no,
to
that's
you.
right.
This guy's
Yeah,
a little asshole.
We looked him up. Yeah,
He's
no,
a
he
little
is a
shit
little
talker.
asshole. And it was so funny because my daughter was like, "Dude, that guy's kind of he's a jerk." That's how she said it.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm hearing her say, "God, that guy's a fucking prick." And when he came out, I was like, "Fuck this guy, dude. I hope Nate just beats the shit out of him." But yeah, I mean, he got deboed hard.
People
it was
were talking
bad.
a lot of shit about Nate Robinson. You feel like that's justified?
That
Rick?
they were talking shit about Nate.
Yeah. For getting knocked out.
I don't know, man. It was just like it was a stupid fight. I didn't really pay attention to it. I'm not gonna lie. I had everything streaming and I ignored that fight except for like a quick second, and I saw they got knocked out, and I was like, okay, well, I mean, I'm gonna back the NBA guy over an actor from fucking Disney Channel that has house parties in a pandemic. That's all I know about that.
So
guy.
Duper, you watched the Roy Jones Tyson fight?
I watched 2 minutes of it.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say, what fight did you think was more entertaining, that fight or a couple years ago when McGregor and Mayweather fought?
McGregor and Mayweather, because there's actually something on the line for that one, right? That one, while we all knew it was a spectacle, when Conor McGregor came out and he actually started throwing punches, and you actually thought, holy fuck, this could go the distance. Maybe even if he caught him with the right punch, he could win it. That one was a little bit more exciting. It was definitely a lot more exciting, without a doubt. There's something behind it, and then they were actually trying to. Conor McGregor was going to knock him out. He knew he couldn't go the entire fight with Floyd. So,
Dude, the first 6 rounds were amazing, and then it just went downhill fast for McGregor after that. So
Yeah, it did. He was not prepared for that. Okay, so this is something I have to ask. I'm gonna make the statement, and that's pretty much all I'm gonna say. It is now coming into week 12 of the NFL season. Congratulations for them fucking barely limping through. Even though it looks like the Ravens can't, and Denver didn't have a fucking quarterback, and it's just been insane this season. But one of the fucking weirdest things, and the shit I hate the most, it's week 12, and the New York Football Giants are in first place in the NFC East with 4 wins in week 12,
The New York,
and they're in first place.
the New York.
well,
I mean,
first
football
place in their division. Let's
Yeah, in
make
their
sure you
division, yeah, in the
clarify.
NFC East.
Yes.
But how, like, I mean, Jesus.
I love the fact that you had to clarify that, because mathematically that'd be impossible for them to be in first place if they were that poor of a record, because somebody else would have to have won the games that they had lost. So mathematically that's just not possible.
Yeah, thanks, Greg.
What's their conference wins? Is it like 1 win or like 1 win,
I
2, 3
honestly-
losses, or?
I try not to pay attention to the NFC East too much because it's
Yeah.
just a fucking. I mean, I'll try and find it right now.
It's
But
my favorite division, just to let you guys all know. because I feel like it's more reflective of society today, where everybody gets a participation trophy. So this is the NFL's version of the participation trophy.
Well, here's the
So-
fucked up part, right? If you win that division,
Mhm.
you're guaranteed you're getting the 17th pick overall in the draft. If you do not come in that division, you're 2 through 4. You're gonna get a top 7 pick, guaranteed.
I like how he doesn't look at their conference record, but he knows this bullshit about the draft. Like, what
I'm
the
looking-
fuck is that shit? Well, you make
It-
draft.
I'm fucking
Rick,
looking.
man.
I'm looking as we go, but that's the kind of shit like you don't want to win this division. They're so bad. Okay, I can't find their conference record, but they did. Yeah, the Giants still have. They have the Seahawks, which they'll lose. They have the Cardinals, which they'll lose. They have the Browns, which they'll lose. They have the Ravens, which they all have COVID, so we don't know. And then they have the Cowboys. So they might get 2 more wins out of this. They might have a 6-win season and still win.
I hope they win the Super
So-
Bowl.
I do too. I really do, because I feel like this would be a better year if that happened.
Right?
And I was also rooting for the Denver Broncos this past weekend without a quarterback. I was
Oh,
really
that shit was
rooting
so
for
much
them.
fun to watch. I honestly, I know it sucks they only got like 1 pass for 13 yards the whole game, but I was really rooting for him. I just wanted to see him put some points on the board, which they did do. They didn't get shut out. But good for them, man. At least they came out. I know the cornerback came out in the press conference and he's like, dude, the NFL was legit just trying to make an example of us, which rightfully so. Yeah,
What?
you know,
Fuck them, dude.
You've been fucking follow the rules, motherfuckers.
They were trying to put in a quarterback coach to go out there and quarterback the game. So one of the coaches on the
Yeah.
team they were trying to put
Right.
out in the game. Dude, I would have
Yeah.
loved that shit, dude. Put Doug Flutie out in that game. I would have fucking paid money for that game.
Only in hockey will you get a coach out on the field like that, though.
Oh god, you're
Why?
Or
special.
a Zamboni
Rick,
driver.
So leave it up to me to do the
I like me.
investigative reporting. So in their division, actually the Giants are tied with the Washington football team. So you want to talk about fucking
My favorite team.
embarrassment
Oh my god, dude. Okay.
They're-
Here's my dream scenario. The Washington football team makes the playoffs with a 6-10 record and then wins the Super Bowl. That is my dream scenario in the NFL.
So you have the Giants that are 4-7, and the Washington football team that are 4-7. They both have a division record of 3 wins, 2 losses. Then you got the Eagles, that's 3 wins, 6 losses, so they're right there as well with a 2-2 division record. And the Cowboys, which are 3 wins, 8 losses with
Who
a 1
cares
win,
about
3
the
loss
Cowboys?
record.
And
Yeah,
still
so here's
on
the
playoff hunt.
difference. This is why the Giants are going to win this division. Washington, their remaining schedule is at the Steelers, at the 49ers, versus the Seahawks, versus the Panthers, and then at the Eagles. They get
Who
one
cares?
more win.
Who
They get
cares?
one more
And
win.
That might be enough. That might be enough, and I hope it is. Come on,
Well, we
Washington
already-
football team.
I don't know.
So the worst team to make the playoffs was the 2010 Seattle Seahawks with a record of 7-9.
Well, that's
That's
going to
the
be beaten
record?
this year.
Yep, 7-10.
Yeah, that's how they got
7-9 was the worst team. When did their quarterback come in the league? What's his name?
Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
It might have been that season.
So I mean, it could be a sign of great things to come for this team, right? Whoever makes it.
I
in-
mean, I don't know.
oh no, he was not in the NFL yet. This is what led. he
Yeah,
got
that's how we got him, right? Or
Yeah,
how we got him? How Seattle drafted him.
no, actually 2012. He didn't come in until 2012. So 2 years down the road.
Greg, are you ready to get a little angry?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say naked.
Is he masturbating right now?
Well,
'Cause he's
Is
screaming.
he, I was just gonna say he's just jacking it right now.
Just
All
got
right,
done.
here we go.
Take warning. The following segment is a personal view and opinion that may offend some. This is an independent opinion and should be taken as such. Put away your tissues and closed minds. It's time to hear the fucker out.
So I gotta wait a couple seconds to make sure that Rick
Take
didn't
warning.
play it.
The
There
following
it is.
segment is a
Dude, okay. So when you do,
It's only been 18
there's one
episodes.
that plays it, there's one with the loop.
I actually
God.
I actually clicked that shit again to
No,
play
he
it,
didn't.
just
No,
'cause
he
said-
didn't. Bullshit.
wait a
You're
minute.
leaning back.
So my FTMF this week is dedicated to 2 different things. So one, when the people who are producing the audio live can't get their shit together. So fuck that motherfucker. But the real FTMF was, when people take shit out of context, fuck them, dude. So it's kind of like when, somebody asks you for advice and somebody respectful and knowledgeable gives you that advice. And then instead of like repeating that same advice, you totally take it out of context and flip it to your own beliefs and biases. So don't take shit out of context. Do research. Know what the fuck you're talking about. Know what the fuck the person you're quoting actually said. And stop taking shit out of context, assholes.
I agree.
Ah!
All right.
Damn it, I should have used his name. God damn it.
Should have.
No.
Whose name?
He's so naive. He's so cute.
I want to
even
give a
listening,
shout
I'm
out to
not gonna lie.
Duper, who actually gave me that FTMF idea. That was a fucking fantastic idea. Good job,
Dude.
man.
You owned it too. You did a great job. That's your baby.
Oh.
That's your little baby Yoda.
Grogu.
Grogu. What do you guys think of that name? I don't know if I like that name or not. It reminds me too much of Goku and Gohan from Dragon Ball Z.
alert.
I
Just
mean, I
in
was trying to
case.
figure out like why would they do that, and then it totally makes sense. It kind of goes in line with the whole Yoda. He's Grogu and Yoda. So
I don't know how that goes.
Wait, what?
I like
don't
how as soon as
understand.
we start talking about Star Wars, Josh takes his headphones off and then he starts texting. He's sending out memes and shit like instantly.
Does he watch the show or no?
Josh, do you watch the show?
He doesn't know.
He's not even,
All right,
he's
so-
not even gonna put his fucking headphones
Oh,
back on. I think
dude.
he's done for the show.
You guys
Oh,
done
he's
ruining?
back.
You guys done ruining man for me?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
that was
were
the problem. It was
we
a
were
spoiler.
just talking about how Luke
Oh, dude.
Skywalker showed up in the last episode.
My bad, dude. Spoiler alert.
He showed up. He showed up dressed like the Joker from Batman the Animated
Oh,
Series.
it sounds
It was
so
phenomenal.
awesome. Yeah. Dicks.
It was phenomenal.
Hey, Josh, what's your parting words for this week?
Fuck all of you. And
What'd I do to you?
okay, fuck the host, Rick and Duper. Is that better?
The host? Or
Well, he
wa-
called us the host, so
Did he say it with an S or was it? It almost sounded like he said we were one person, almost like.
Well,
he could have been
well,
saying hose too. It might have been hose.
believe what you heard, buddy.
Yeah.
They're
Um,
like combined like the human centipede, so it's okay. I know what you were saying, Josh.
Docking.
Ass to mouth. Ass to mouth. What?
But seriously, fuck both of you. Greg, I love you. And I think I said 43 words this podcast. That might be a record. Might not. Be good people. Goodbye.
3/4 of that came in your outro too. That's amazing.
That's
Damn
that's
right.
the 43 words.
Yeah.
It was 41. Dupe.
All right. So something that Tyler Perry did a few years ago in 2018 was something that I've held on to for the past few years. And if you have the means to be able to go and do it, this is a good year to go out and do something like this. But what he did in 2018 was he took $400,000 and he went and paid for 1,500 people's layaways. So it was Christmas time. People would come in to pick up their layaway gifts, and Christmas was just paid for their kids. And it's an amazing thing. Maybe now they can spend that money on some food or some means around the house, maybe another gift for the kid, maybe a nice dinner. But if you have the means to go out there and pay off somebody's layaway, this year, especially this year, it means a lot. I was a kid that grew up on layaway because my mom couldn't pay for stuff, and somehow people were under the impression that if you put stuff on layaway and you can pay it off over the course of a month, it's better than just paying for it before Christmas. I don't understand the whole mindset behind it, but however, I was a layaway kid, and we couldn't always necessarily afford the gifts at the end of the day, right? So some things wouldn't come back. So if you can go make somebody's day, this is the year to do it.
That's a good idea. It really is. And I was a layaway kid too, so I understand what you're saying there. It's interesting. Yeah, absolutely. Anybody have the means to help? Anything you can do this year, right? If you can help,
absolutely.
help. Doesn't matter. Maybe you can't pay off a layaway, but maybe you can buy a turkey and just drop it off someplace. Find out where someone might need something. Buy an extra gift for a kid. A kid that in another family. That little things will mean a lot this year.
Especially
Absolutely.
a kid of some need, right? Like with the layaway thing, the reason why that matters, a lot of people lost their jobs. We're all very fortunate that we're not in those shoes, but some people aren't as fortunate as us this year. So even if it's something small, 20, 30 bucks, it just helps somebody out tremendously. If you just go to Walmart and you ask them, hey, you got a layaway for 30 bucks, 35 bucks that I can pay, they'll find one for you.
Absolutely. It'll be helpful.
Rick, I'm gonna buy you bacon. How about that?
I'll cook it
He's
naked.
not a child of need.
Oh,
You're missing
well.
the point of this whole thing.
His wife is.
Thanks, Greg. So what's your parting words there, Greg?
Yeah, so obviously don't cook bacon naked. But so the only thing I just kind of want to piggyback off Duper and I don't know, I think I'm gonna start making this a repeatable trend. But this year's been fucking rough and we're not out of the woods yet, right? Now more than ever, more and more counties and cities and states are going into lockdowns. There's fear of hospitals being overran because of not only COVID, but also flu season on top of that. And people are having hard times, with, income. Christmas is always a hard time on people just because they feel like they're forced to get gifts for people when truly that's not the meaning of Christmas. It's about joy, being together, and caring about those who you love the most, right? And caring about other people as well. But the point I'm trying to make is things are going to get rough, but we are going to get through it. If you think you're thinking about harming yourself, okay, don't, okay? I know Christmas is rough. I know the holidays are also rough, but talk to somebody. Committing suicide is never the answer, even in 2020 when things are the most grim. Shit, man, any of my people, fucking reach out to me, man. My phones are always on. Fucking reach out to me. Use resources like the National Suicide, Awareness Hotline. Veterans also is another huge, component of suicide. So, reach out for each other, take care of each other. Suicide is never the answer. And just, take care of each other and we'll get through it, man. We'll get through it. It's just going to take some more time.
Can I agree again? I can just agree again, right?
Okay, and for everybody out there, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, the phone number is 1-800-273-8255. You can Google that yourself as well.
That's pretty important, actually. I don't know if you have Amazon Assistant or Amazon Google Assistant, you can ask for it and it'll take you directly to it. Just say, I need to talk to somebody about suicide, and it will send you to that hotline. Pretty interesting. My parting words, actually, we're all kind of going down the same road here. It's December, and we've been dealing with this bullshit since last December, honestly, in some form or fashion. It's been a tough year. Appreciate those little things you have. Appreciate the people around you. I think that's what this year really taught a lot of us, is to appreciate these little things that matter more than anything else. We have a long way to go, but we're going to get out of it. And it starts with all of us doing what we think is the right thing to do here. Work on your distancing, keep yourself safe. Try to be smart. Wear a fucking mask. Wash your hands. It's been 34 days since my Los Angeles Dodgers won a World Series. It's an excellent segue, by the way. I don't think I have anything else for this week. Does anybody else have anything else to throw out there before I finish this up?
Thank you, Preston.
What were your closing thoughts, Josh? They seem very important under the weight of the rest of them.
Right? 43 words.
Hmm.
And then I do have one more sentence. Fuck you, Arthur.
Oh, yeah. Fuck you, Arthur.
Man.
Arthur, I love you, man. You're going through shit right now. Fuck these guys.
So
my thoughts are with you, buddy. My thoughts are with you, too.
Yeah.
I like how Greg picks and
Preston, I
chooses
love
the
you,
listener.
Arthur. Remember that.
Fuck Preston, I love you, Arthur. That's what he said. That's excellent.
There you go.
All right, everybody. We'll talk to you again next week. Thanks. Oh, shit. There goes the mic.
All right, everybody. Thank you
Greg,
for listening. You fucking dick, dude.
Let's try and get one more out.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Rub it out, buddy. Just rub it out.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to the show today. Please go to takewarningpod.com where you can explore additional content on the podcast, as well as find the links to the podcast on your favorite podcast platform. Also, please get on social media. We are on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Take Warning. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you like about the show, what your thoughts are on the show, and what you would like to see in a future podcast.